And welcome back to the last video until the Oscars come on in about an hour and 15 minutes. What if Goku... What if... No, I just got done with the Dragon Ball Z. What if Naruto had stolen the scroll ceiling, took the scroll ceiling after Mizuki incident part? I don't have it up at the moment. Hold on one second. Which part is this? I think we're on part 14 now. And trust me, there's probably going to be at least 2 other parts to this at minimum. I'll be lucky if I can finish it out in 2 more videos after this. Let's see here now. What part am I on? I am on part... Yeah, come on. There we go. Part 14. Jesus. So, last time in the Naruto What If, the incident with Orochimaru had happened. Now, they did not take Sasuke along because he was a target of Orochimaru. Obviously. And now, see, up until this point, they get back to the village, Sai reports his Danzo, all that. Up until this point, things have gone relatively in step with the normal storyline. However, with some things still going, like the whole, in fact, honestly, the hidden Kakuzu, that in Team 10, Azumaki killed, that all goes the same. Naruto probably spent some time training, maybe even go on a mission or 2. Because Naruto's not working on mastering his wind chakra now, learning it. It's more that he's trying to create the Rasen Shuriken. He has those techniques now. It's more just about, improving what he already has. So he'd probably be doing that when the news drops. Besides that, we're going to be changing some things. First off, they don't have Sasuke, and Orochimaru does not have time to be waiting on a new host body. I'll be honest, I think... Oh, God, what was his name? The liquid guy. Oh, why am I blanking on his name? Team Snake. What was his name? It's Suigetsu. That was it, Suigetsu. Because Suigetsu is there, and they don't have much option, and he does have that... It's a bloodline ability, that ability to turn the water. Orochimaru takes his body. And you know what? Look, it's a useful ability. It is. So, I mean, I think Karen was in charge of the prison that Jungo was in, I believe. Jugo was in. So, they're still there. That doesn't change. But I think Orochimaru has to take a body. He has to... Well, it's... Truth be told, there wasn't any implication that he desperately needed the body. However, you can get the impression that he didn't have much time left with needing a new body. So he just decided to take Sasuke's body when Sasuke tried to kill him. And that didn't work out great. I think he waits a bit longer, but he has no choice. He takes Suigetsu's body. So you have now him with that... What is it called, anyway? Suigetsu. What is that ability of his called? That blood ledger. Well, while I'm looking it up. So you'll get that. He'll then be doing his own thing for a while, flying to get Sasuke. Sasuke-kun. What is it called? It's called hydrification technique. That's what it's called. Apparently he has wind jutsu as well. I was not familiar with what wind jutsu does he have. I do not see wind jutsu on this list, but apparently he has wind chakra. Okay. Anyway. So, you have that. Then you have the whole going after hidden Kakuzu arc. And that would include, I think... I don't think it's a matter of... I think Naruto is just part of that team at this point. So, and this time Sasuke goes with him. Sakura. It's really just Team 7. It's Team 7 as backup. That's exactly what it is. And I don't think Yamato goes along this time around. I don't think they need him, honestly. Well, no, that's not true, because honestly, they're the backup team, and Kakashi, I think, is there. I think they actually have Yamato lead the Team 10, try to take on Kakuzu, failing miserably, honestly, because his would release against fire, lightning, earth, water, and wind, though he was missing a heart, I believe. Yeah, he was missing one of his hearts. So I don't think he had... What did he not have? I don't think he had because he had the fire. He didn't have the water one, I believe, because that was taken out in the first encounter. And then Kakashi ended up taking out his Earth Chakra Heart, but but I think Yamato instead, because wood is a combination of water and earth, would end up taking out his water heart. No, his water heart. Sorry, his either his because earth is good against water is good against fire, but wood wouldn't be good against either of those. Wood's a natural insulator though, so I think it takes out the lightning chakra heart. And then by the time he's about to obliterate them, they arrive on the scene just in time, and Naruto decides to take on Kakuzu, and has the Wind Rust Shuriken prepared with the Tornado Fist, ready to go, and then that goes about. The difference is it doesn't fade out by the time he throws it. So because he's got enough wind to keep it pumped. So Kakuzu, I think, gets out of the way initially and tries to go after Naruto. However, Naruto has clones available and is able to counteract him enough, like he did previously. Instead, he uses a fire Rasengan combined with a tornado fist, basically creating a fire tornado on his flame tornado fist and firing a flame Rasengan. Not the super powered flame Rasengan. It's just like a little mini sun. Not what his fire Russian Shuriken equivalent would be, but it's still a little mini sun, and it hits Kakuzu and it roasts him. Unlike with the Russian Shuriken, where it's blades and just slicing everything, he pretty much incinerates his corpse. You think you've only got rid of one more heart? I've still got two Naruto Uzumaki. And it's like, yeah, but that won't be for long. And then he suddenly hears the sound of the Rasen Shuriken one more time, and he goes, no! And he gets blasted by it, and he's pretty much dead, because it took out two of his hearts and brought one near to the brink of death. And the clone bursts. So he does take out Kakuzu. And I think Sasuke would have been there, but I don't think he would have done much. And you may think I'm saying, why did you bring Sasuke along? I think he's part of Team 7. He would have been there. But I think Naruto was the one who felt he had to take Kakuzu out. I just to keep consistency with the story. Now, what happens with the rest of this? Because Sasuke went on his mission to fight Itachi. That's how that went. He had Team Snake, turned to Team Hawk. Great. None of that is going on right now. So you would go back to the village. They'd be having a lull period. I think Itachi, sensing it was time, would contact Sasuke. Would send a crow there. Sasuke, maybe him intended. Maybe their relationships progressed that much. I don't know. Hey, you could die at any moment. Live life to the fullest. Bang your girlfriend or your boyfriend, folks. Enjoy life. So maybe, they're at his compound and he's woken up by the sound of something. She's next to him. He just looks at her, gives her a smile. And then, he sees her. He sees the crow there, and he sees the Sharingan, and the crow activates his own and realizes, what this is. It's Itachi. And I think he goes out on his own. I think he doesn't tell anyone. But I think he leaves a message for Tenten saying, look, I have to do this. I know you're probably going to go and contact him anyway, but at least give me a few moments before you do. Give me a few minutes before you do, and she'll wake up and she'll read this, and she'll be torn. She will be conflicted, but I think she'll do it. She still also knows that she still knows as a ninja, it's like this is something he has to do, but she wants her boyfriend to be safe and alive. So she does do it. She waits maybe 15 minutes and then goes and gives the letter to Tsunade. They form basically that it was more or less a combination of Team 8 and Team 7. That's more or less what it was. And remember, Naruto and Hinata are a thing at this point. They are very much an item. So I'm pretty sure I made them an item, if I'm not mistaken. So it's good to have, working alongside your boyfriend and all that. or your significant other, or your girlfriend. So they're both happy to be working with each other. So they're going after Sasuke. Naruto is initially pretty upset with Sasuke for leaving, but I also believe when Tenten explains it, he's like, yeah, okay, I guess I get it. So you have Sasuke going after Itachi. I'm trying to remember. Did Dedera get? Yeah, Dedera got into his way before he went up against Itachi, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that's the case. I think they just meet up, and you have Kasame there, and he said, "Oh, go ahead." And Toby stalls the group for what it's worth, and then you have Sasuke versus Itachi, which a lot of that's going to go break down pretty much the same, except Sasuke, I think, at this point has had better training, and even had better training with his Sharingan because he's had Kakashi to teach him things. So their fight will go pretty much the same, including him knowing Kirin. I think he knows that technique. He's never had to use it very often, but he knows that technique. and Itachi still, has Susanoo there, and Sasuke is just now scared, but he's like, if I have to, so this is how it ends, huh? Yes, your eyes are mine, little brother. So it's like, so be it. And then Shing, he actually holds the blade to his eyes and like, go ahead. It's like, go ahead. And he's actually, guy's blade right there is like, if you want these eyes so bad, go ahead, take them. And then I think Itachi, with the last of his strength, actually stops Sasuke with one hand. It's like, no, because he's got Susanoo up until the end there. But then they just, so it's like, sorry, little brother, and then drops dead. To which he's shocked by this, but ultimately he's alive. So the question is, Toby disappears to go collect Sasuke, and I think there is that moment that they have together. So I think I do think Sasuke gets kidnapped by Toby temporarily, by Obito temporarily. But now we have an issue here, because Pain will also have defeated Jiraiya at this point. You'll have the issue of, where do we go now? Because this Sasuke, and Obito explains the whole issue with Itachi and the Uchiha clan and the massacres and everything along those lines. Sasuke takes some time to think about this. And then, Obito, and I think Obito would leave him alone, because I think he's probably think he's got Sasuke, but Sasuke he had the Hawk contract for some reason. Let's assume, and let's just have this assumption, that he did score the Hawk contract some way, somehow, and that's something he scored in a mission with Kakashi during the training year. So he does have that. So he actually gets the hell out of there, and Obito's just like, it's like, damn. It's like, I thought I had him. Well, this is a setback, and then basically it's Pain, Dedora, Konan. You still have a solid amount of the Akatsuki, and I think you know what? I think you would even have Orochimaru show back up. I think that would be the real kicker of it all. Is that I was like, oh, we are definitely understaffed now. We're down 3 members. It's like, yes, this is definitely, yes, we'll send Pain. And, Madara's like, you will go and capture the 9 tails. It's like, I have not failed. It's like, no, I trust not my Madara Uchiha. But then, as they're all meeting, it's like, it seems that you're having some trouble. Little Sasuke couldn't, and all that, and those troublesome leafage, Orochimaru, and they're prepared to come. Oh, what's the matter? Are you going to kill the messenger? And, yes, because art is an explosion. Dedra, I think Dedra would be the one to try to make the kill. But they just, I was like, I must say, Kasame, the bloodline of what were they called? The Hoskutsuki clan is quite, I always admired them. And I must say, it's much more valuable than I ever thought it could be. And then, Kasame just like, oh, you sick bastard. You actually took the body of a clansman from my village. Does that What, Kasame? I thought you hated the bloodlines. Hate's a strong word. I just was following orders, honestly. I just hate secrets. I just hate tattletales and secret tellers. So anyway, Orochimaru agrees to join back up with the Akatsuki. I think that's what you get. I think Kabuto is still his right-hand man. I think he's kind of another member of the Akatsuki. They fill in the ranks a bit. So you have Orochimaru and Kabuto back. Now, some people might argue, I wouldn't take him back. Why not? Ninja are opportunistic, and these are rogue ninja, a rogue ninja organization. Why wouldn't they take him back? So again, the news travels to Konoha. They hear that Jiraiya died. Sasuke gets back, explains what happened, and they're preparing, and then that's the first time they explain it. Ten was like, "You son of a bitch!" It's like, I know. I'm sorry. Everyone's like, ugh. And then she's got some tears in her eyes, like, and then she just pulls him into just a heated, like, just a kiss, like, you. It's like, don't you do that again? Don't you do that? It's like, promise. You love me. It's like, promise. And besides, you still love me. It's like, did she? It's more of just like, that whole kind of, bro's like, shut up kind of punch. Like, shut up, jerk. So goes to the Tsunade. Then they hear Jiraiya died, and everyone, Team 7, Team 8's in there, Hinata's in there, Sasuke's in there, Sakura's in there, Tenten's in there. Like, the majority of people who would be in there are in there. Kakashi's in there, and then they look and they see Naruto, the shock look on Naruto's face, and just he needs that time alone. He needs that time alone to mourn. So absolutely. And then he goes to train with the sages, the frogs. He learns the sage mode. At this point, honestly, I think he has pretty much, him and Kurama are just on good. They're pretty much on their war arc terms. He can access that chakra form, and he can go into Biju mode if he has to. I think he does that training, like when the frogs are sleeping, while they're sleeping. Because hell, he was able to do their throwing a Russian shuriken while they were sleeping, and they didn't know about it. So there's a lot of room at Mokebuto. I can't remember the exact name. Land of the Toads. So when Pain invades the Leaf Village, you'll get a lot of... Team Guy was actually on a mission, so they'll be gone. But you do have Kakashi, who I think is at least as strong, if not maybe a little stronger than his canon counterpart. Sakura, who's been definitely trying. And you have Sasuke. Sasuke being there would possibly be a big factor in changing things up a bit. So I think, first off, we know that the one who steals the souls, Pain, that one was killed by Konohamaru. I do think Sasuke is able to kill another one. I think the one he kills is probably the summoning one, if I'm going to be honest. As he just uses some fire and lightning jutsus down on some of these summons, they puff out, and then he just slams his blade through one's chest. But remember, they're just corpses, so they can still move. But then he just shink does that. Why no one ever does that? Just thinking stabbing through the heart is enough. I don't get. He just stabs and then just shink slices the head clean up, and just boom. So 2 of the Pain's bodies are down, which this causes Pain I don't know if concern's the right word, but it makes him wear, because then Sasuke goes around trying to look for the other ones, and I think while Shisune does get axed off, and then there was the robot Pain. That one got chewed up and that one got nearly destroyed. But he was able to function still, and then they healed him up. I think Sasuke comes just as Kakashi's about to be killed, or give up his life, because that's what he did pretty much. He died temporarily, and after using up every last bit of his chakra. That's basically it. He died for a while and then got brought back. So I think Sasuke actually shows up and pretty much takes out the mechanical Pain before Kakashi can actually die. And then Pain and Sasuke square off for a little bit, but Pain is just looking looking for Naruto. He's like, yeah, another Sharingan user, brother of Itachi. You will also prove to be quite troublesome. And then he fires off some fire jutsu. Pain just blocks it. Shinra Tensei, which, look, the English dub's fine. I will admit, even with the English dub, you can use the Japanese names. like for the technique, like Shinra Tensei sounded a lot better than Almighty Push. Be honest. But whatever, Shinra Tensei. And, he blows it away. Sasuke gets blown away, but he's able to use a lightning jutsu. And because of the speed of lightning, well, even though normal lightning jutsus move slower compared to real lightning, the speed of lightning is still very fast, so he's able to react in enough time that Pain has to dodge, but he gets clipped. And then Sasuke brings out kunai, he's able to Shinra Tensei again. Almighty pulls Sasuke, and Sasuke sees it. He counters with his blade against one of those freaking spears. And just ching, and then Chidori! And then Pain's got to get away again. I think Sasuke, because he has different techniques than Naruto does, and he actually carries a blade on him, would be able to handle himself a little better than Pain, particularly if he tried the Almighty Push shit. And let's be clear, he would know what he'd do the same thing he did against Itachi. Though Zetsu would probably inform him on this technique. He tries firing the fired volley, it starts to create the clouds, and then him and Pain go toe to toe. But remember, there's one caveat to this that Pain didn't count on. I do believe, because remember, Sasuke had his own Mangekyo after the whole incident, even though Itachi had transferred his own temporarily. He transferred Amaterasu at him. He has got Mangekyo now. He does have Mangekyo Sharingan now. So, but he also knows the risks of it being an Uchiha. So, here we go. You dropped your bone. Here you go, baby. I love you. He knows the risks of it, so he's not using it unless he absolutely has to. So, it's like, your brother was a fine ninja, and you seem to be following in his footsteps. Unfortunately, you chose the wrong side. And he actually, I think he does stab Sasuke. And it's like, no, you will know Pain. And he's feeling Pain's chakra inside. It's like, yeah. And then he just opens his eyes. And Pain just realizes, oh, shit. And so will you. Amaterasu, which is something he could probably push away with the Almighty Push. But because it's visual, Sasuke's just looking at him. He could probably push it off him when it hits, but he's suddenly on fire. He's like, no! And though his body actually can't feel pain, as far as I know. Or maybe they can. It's possible. It's implied that the Nagato body, or Yako body usually, the main body did feel pain when Naruto hit him with a Rasengan. So he's just, and he has to wait a few seconds. He has to wait the 5-second interval. So his arm pretty much just goes up, is up near to his shoulder, almost to his head. He's able to finally Shinra Tensei it off. Just, but at that point, Sasuke's like, Amaterasu! His eyes are bleeding now. Just, Shinra, no. And Sasuke is able to take that pain down, just incinerates that pain. Pretty much, by the time he Shinra Tensei's it one more time, he's pretty much just no. So, the summoning one's gone. I think Sasuke would have blitzed through a bunch of the pain buys. There's still a couple left. There's still the one that absorbs. There's still the one that steals souls. And, yeah, we already said so he's still got those. So, I think what would happen is, they start collecting the body, trying to get out of the village. And at that point, Naruto actually appears in the village. And, he goes to them, sees what's going on. He's like, how can he help? And Sasuke's just like, his eyes are bleeding. He's going blurry just because of how many times he had to use that technique. Granted, this is more or less the first time he's had to use it, so he's nowhere near close to blindness right now. But it's the first time he's had to really use those techniques, and it hurts his eyes. It does. It's like his eyes are like, okay, you gotta go after. It's like, I had to use my Mangekyo. It's like, you what? And then he has to go after. He's going after pains. He's sensing the remaining pains. He goes after them. Now I think they've been able to pretty much scoop up the bodies they can. Not Yako pain, not so much. The main body pain, not so much. Shinra Tensei pain. And it's pretty much just the two basic. We need to get out of here. We need to we need to use the we need to go and make new paths. And then Naruto basically uses the rods. And then I think he was telling Sasuke. So I said, the rods, he's able to funnel his chakra through them. It's like, and then Naruto and then he stabs in his hand, tracks him down. He reverse tracked me. And then he goes and looks for him. So he finds Nagato there. The 2 remaining pain paths are there. But he just 2 of them there plus Konan and him. And the fact he's got the full power of the Kyuubi now on his side, and Sage Mode. Oh, yeah, Nagato, if Nagato quickly realizes, I think, that this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well if he tries to take on Naruto. However, the Naruto speech no jutsu kicks in, and Nagato feels bad and retreats, and basically releases the souls he had. Does that kill him? That's the thing, because they never imply. Let me check that real quick. Let me see. That is a question I don't know. Because he died after using it, but he had already used up so much energy prior to that. And that was pretty much like the final. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. So, okay, how did he die? No one. Yeah. Wait, how did he die? No one. He died on his own after resurrecting everyone killed by. Okay, so that's how he died. But was that a technique that killed him? Because here's the thing. If that technique would not be lethal on its own right, and he's got enough energy, which I'd imagine he has more than enough energy to keep going. Hey, I mean, who's to say he wouldn't join the good path? Let's see here. Which one was it? Come on, which jutsu was it that allowed him to do that? Which path was it? First off, okay, the paths. 6 paths technique. Okay. Oh, there we go. Not Deva path. Which path was? I'll find. So you don't have to bother telling me which one it was. I'll find out which one it was. The Azura was the robot. Human soul, King of Hell. The Naraka path. All right. So, let's see here. The ability to make a heavy use of the King of Hell. The King of Hell is a large head, spouts to interrogate. The second ability is possesses the ability to repair any damage to do so. And then sentiment is Kakuzu stated that the path can transport bodies and souls from the user to hell. Destroys the body. The destroyed body will emerge from its mouth, completely rejuvenated. It did the example. Okay, if the 6 paths is being used through 6 different bodies, information. Okay, if this person lying refuses. Okay, I know we can release the souls. How does he? Okay, how does he do that? Let's see here. Now, I'm sorry, I'm stalling now, but I really want to figure this out because it didn't occur to me that. Let's see. Now, because of the limitation, he has few chances to use any of these abilities. When the opportunity arose, he could shift between the veins seamlessly. Okay. I'm going to have to assume that the technique in its own right would not have killed him. It was because he was so drained. Samsara of Heavenly Life technique. This might have been it. That's it, because he's the 7th path. That's right. The air path is used only throughout, which can infuse new life into those bodies who have died in exchange for use of his own. Okay, yeah, he has to sacrifice his life to do so. He does have to do that. All right. So he sacrificed his own life. They give the regards, and things work out. Naruto actually doesn't have to do a lot in this, but he came back from his training, and he's good to go for when he has to fight the actual Akatsuki. So Konan, and then Obito will go and kill. Well, he is Toby, so Obito will go and kill Konan, and that will happen. Which leaves, in terms of the remaining Akatsuki, Kasame, Orochimaru, and Kabuto now, Zetsu, and Dedora. So there's still 5 Akatsuki members, not including. I did get that right. Kasame, Madara, Kasame, Obito, Kasame, Dedora, Kasame, Obito, Dedora. Yeah, there's still 5 Akatsuki members. There still is Akatsuki. So there is that. And I do think Kasame would go after B. Difference is, Yeah, I think the same thing that happens with B, or what happened with Sasuke, would happen with Kasame. What I mean by that is I think he would still cut off a tentacle and hide in the tentacle, so that does ultimately go the same way it did. Even though Kasame ultimately would have beaten B. Let's be clear. Kasame would have beaten B. He would have. Had the Raikage not shown up. Had A not shown up. But ultimately, yes, he would have. I think he still uses that technique. So they do get some of the Oxys Chakra, but he ends up disappearing on them. So we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, a lot now starts to change that Sasuke's here, not in the village, not on a one single man mission to get Itachi. But that's where we're going to leave off. This is part 14. Yeah, I feel confident in saying that it's probably going to be 2 more parts and then this one will be over. I never go into Boruto, one, because I do not read nor watch Boruto, because frankly, from the little I did gather from Boruto, like when Naruto, the last movie, not Naruto, the last Boruto movie, the Boruto movie, the Naruto movie, whatever, the Boruto movie, little bits I read of him, I don't like his character. His character it honestly comes off like a spoiled idiot brat to me. But that's my opinion. I don't like his character, my opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, what if. Anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.